What's up guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Preetham, and in this video we are going to be talking about CPT, which stands for Curricular Practical Training, and OPT, which stands for Optional Practical Training. If you're an international student in the United States, then you need CPT or OPT depending on where in your studies you are, in order for you to be able to pursue paid employment here in the States off campus. So if you're an international student in the United States and you're looking for information on CPT and OPT, then this video is for you. I just want to give a disclaimer, guys, that I'm not a legal advisor or an immigration attorney. So before you make any decision, make sure that you consult the DSO of your respective university, and also check out USCIS's official website. I will leave the link in the description box down below. So with that being said, let's jump right into the video. Now guys, before we start the video, I have a small request to you all, and that is to hit the like button before we start the video, because that really helps content creator like myself to reach out to more and more audiences on YouTube. Also, if you're new on my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that every time I post any content, you are the first one to get notified. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So guys, in this video we are going to be talking about CPT, which is Curricular Practical Training, and OPT, which is Optional Practical Training. So what are CPT and OPT? So CPT and OPT are basically work authorization that you will require from your university as an international student if you want to pursue paid jobs off campus. So CPT or OPT, they are basically, as I mentioned before, they are basically work authorization. So let's talk about CPT first, and then we will go to OPT. So as I mentioned before, CPT stands for Curricular Practical Training. CPT allows you to pursue employment during the course of your degree. So this is pre-completion. Okay, so let's say you are pursuing a 4-year bachelor degree and you got an internship on your very 3rd year, and and the job is off campus. The employer is an employer which is not your university. It's a different company, and you wanna pursue that internship with that employer. Now in that situation, you will require CPT or Curricular Practical Training, and you have to ask your DSO for it, and then your DSO will help you from there. Now, a few housekeeping rules about CPT. You got to keep in mind that you don't do more than 1 year of full-time CPT. Now full-time, the definition of full-time is kind of it's kind of open-ended, but based on what I know, anything over 20 hours, so it doesn't have to be exactly 40 hours, anything over 20 hours is considered full-time by many universities. Although in some universities I believe it's like if you have to hit 40 hours for them to be considered as full-time, but for the CPT perspective, I believe 20 hours or more is generally considered as full-time. I will leave the link for the USCIS's official website where they talk about CPT and OPT and all these rules and regulations, so that you guys can go and check it out yourself and do your own research. But if you are not really sure exactly what is considered full-time CPT, then I would say go and talk with your DSO, and your DSO will be able to help you with that. Now, when it comes to part-time CPT, so anything which is less than 20 hours, so 20 hours or less than 20 hours is considered as part-time CPT. So let's say you are interning with a company off campus, and you are getting paid for your internship, and the number of hours you're working there is 20 hours or less, let's say 19 hours just for the example. Now in that situation, you can actually do more than 1 year. In fact, for part-time CPT, there is no time limit. There is no 1 year or 2 year or anything like that. You can do as much as you want, and you can still get your OPT. However, for full-time CPT though, if you do more than 1 year of full-time CPT, then you will forfeit your OPT, or Optional Practical Training. Now talking about OPT, we're going to get into OPT very soon, but before we jump into OPT, let me request you guys that if you have a minute, please go and hit the like button. It will definitely help YouTubers like myself to get my content out to more and more audiences like you all. Also, if you are new in my channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon so that whenever I publish any new content, you are the first one to get notified. So with that being said, let's jump into OPT, or optional practical training. So guys, what exactly is OPT? OPT is basically work authorization, just like CPT, but this is post completion. So once you are done with your degree, once you graduate, at that time, once you are done with your degree, as I mentioned before, once you graduate, after that, if you decide to stay in the US and pursue paid employment, then in that situation you have to go for OPT. Now, if you want to pursue unpaid employment during the course of your degree, before graduation, okay, before graduation, while you are in school, if you want to do unpaid employment off campus, that's fine. You don't need any CPT for that. But during the OPT period, if you want to do jobs that are not paid, even then you have to go through that OPT route. Okay, so it's not like CPT. So it's not like, let's say, once you are done with your school, you graduated as an international student from a US university, then you want to pursue employment, and even though it's unpaid, let's say it's I don't know, like a volunteer work or something like that, even then you have to apply for OPT, because it's not gonna let you work without any permit. So that's something, guys, to keep in mind. Now, regarding OPT, there is another aspect of OPT called OPT extension. Now, OPT extension, guys, is applicable for those students, for those international students who have studied a STEM major. So STEM stand for science, technology, engineering, and math. Now, something like engineering or architecture or IT or biotechnology or bioscience, or majors on those spectrum is considered as STEM. If you want to know more about STEM and what degrees are being considered as STEM by the Department of Homeland Security for OPT extension purpose, I will leave the link in the description box down below. Feel free to go and check it out. And yeah, that should clarify all your doubts about what program is considered as STEM and non-STEM. Now, I'm sure, guys, as an international student, you have your I-20. In your I-20, you will see there is, they mentioned what your major is and your program code. So your program code is what defines whether the major that you are enrolled in is considered as STEM or not. So take a look at your program code from your I-20, and then go to the list of STEM major that you will find in the description box down below from the Department of Homeland Security's list. Now, if the program code that you have matches with any one of the program code that they have in that list, then that means your degree is considered as a STEM for the purpose of OPT extension. If it is not, then there is a possibility that your degree is not considered as a STEM major for the purpose of OPT extension. You might want to check it with your DSO. But in general, if your program code is matching with the code that they have on the Department of Homeland Security's official website list of STEM major, then you are good to go. So that's about OPT extension. So OPT generally lasts for 12 months, and there is a period of 3 months during which you can be unemployed. And but guys, the thing about OPT is, if you applied for OPT and you get your OPT and your OPT starts, but you are unable to find a job, then you will have a period of 90 days during which you have to find a job, or else you have to either go home or enroll in a different program, an academic program, to change your status into F1 and stuff like that. So OPT is kind of like a clock ticking, so keep that in mind, guys. But the good thing about OPT is that you can pursue unpaid employment also. So let's say once you graduate, you don't get a job straight off the bat. What you could do is you could volunteer at that time, and then also look for paid employment. Then once you get the paid employment, you can leave the volunteering and do full time of that paid employment. regarding OPT extension, you can get OPT extension twice in your entire life. So let's say you did a STEM degree during your undergrad here in the US. So you did bachelor's in engineering. After that, you can get an OPT extension for engineering because engineering was STEM. And then let's say you decide to go for master's in the US again. So during the master's degree, you did something, let's say mechanical engineering or something like that, which is also STEM. Then at that time, after graduation, you will get 1 year of OPT and 2 years of OPT extension because your field is a STEM. Now, let's say you want to go for PhD after doing your master's and 3 years of OPT. It's highly unlikely, but let's say you want to do that. Then in that situation, even though, let's say you are doing PhD in, I don't know, some engineering, okay, STEM field for the sake of understanding, even then, you know, you won't get a third extension because you have already used up your extension twice during your bachelor's and master's. So that's something to keep in mind. Although, guys, it's highly unlikely that someone is going to go through, you know, like 4 years of bachelor's, then 3 years of OPT and STEM extension, then 2 years of master's, and then again 3 years. It's highly unlikely, but I'm just, you know, saying so that you guys can understand how that system works. So OPT and then OPT extension. OPT, things to keep in mind, as I mentioned before, the 90-day unemployment rule, and then OPT extension. Well, during OPT extension, you can be unemployed, I believe, for a total of 2 months. So you can be unemployed during OPT for a period of 3 months, maximum period of 3 months, which is 90 days. And during the OPT extension, you can be unemployed for a maximum period of 2 months, which is 60 days. Now, if you want to know more about OPT and you want to do a detailed research on that, then as I mentioned before, I will leave the link for USCIS in the description box down below. Feel free to go and check it out. And I'm pretty sure they will have a lot of information that will be very relevant to OPT and CPT and what you are looking for. So guys, if you like the video so far and you like the content that I have been publishing over the last few days, then make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, and also please like the video, give it a thumbs up if you haven't done it so far. So with that being said, that's all what I have for you guys for this video. And stay safe, take care, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.